welcome to Pseudorandom.
Welcome to Pseudorandom.
Hello.
Hello.
Colin, did you know that I feel today a strong attraction to you?
Oh, really?
Almost like we both swallowed magnets.
Wow, that sounds like a horrible idea.
No, that's actually horrifying, and it would just be
It
intestines
sounded
everywhere.
really nice at first, but you kind of... Do you dig the magnetic fields?
I love magnetic. Not only the singer singing
Right.
love songs, but also just
Oh,
like
pretty girls. Yeah.
that's actually pretty good. But actual magnetic fields.
Oh, I did 2 words. Yeah, I like the. I mean, I imagine they do too. The band probably likes them. You know, at least Steven. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
named the band after something really cool, which is magnetic fields.
Maybe I had a really
Amazing
good physics
invisible
experience,
forces.
maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, good physics teacher.
I
Okay.
hope everyone has a really good physics experience. Something
Okay.
kind of spiritual, even. I could say that knowing that these invisible fields exist and are influencing things all around us, it's a pretty amazing thing.
Magnets are not only are they super cool and of course magical, but the electronics is based on electromagnetism.
It's true.
And there's nothing you can have more fun with than magnets and electronics.
Yep.
Speakers and microphones, those are magnets.
mhm.
You know, and
Oh.
you can like do all sorts of cool things with magnetic fluids.
It's true. It's true. I at an early age was pretty wrapped up and like totally amazed by the fact that these fields were there, and we couldn't see them, but they would pull things together. So I did a science project where I put a magnet underneath a piece of paper to show the magnetic fields. Would you like to see it right now?
I would love to see it. Wait, is this like last week's science project or like when you were 12?
This was from when I was like 12
Okay.
or younger, and I won I think second place I don't know, the science fair for that one.
The volcano always wins first place.
I think so. I think I came in.
A tragedy.
I won another time, so that's okay.
Okay, we got this magnet.
So I got on the
Check out this amazing magnet.
ye old overhead. That's
Beautiful.
what does it? Anything else say magnet to you more than that? It's
Perfect.
a cartoon magnet. So
It's like an Acme magnet.
flowers are still on the table here.
Okay,
I have just a piece of Bristol board paper for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
And then I have some nice fresh batch of iron filings.
I like
iron
how it's from Educational Innovations.
Yes, filings. That's a model M600 for you following along at home. Want to recreate this?
I hope that there's like a bulletin board where they all compare iron filings.
Yeah, I'd say M600's good. M650 you might do a little better, but I'm kidding. I don't know if that exists. So if I pour over here, it might be
Oh,
kind of
that's
challenge to keep this flat. Actually, I didn't really think of that. So let's see.
Okay. And then you kind of shake it a little bit, and then
Yeah, you kind of
get
shake it
some-
again. I probably need to reapply it, but you can see these lines here.
Yeah.
You can actually see them forming, and if I close up a little bit on that, you can actually see them. And if you do this again and do it a little lighter than I did, that was a little aggressive. They form even clearer lines, and they're all around the magnet. I might just do one more little pass.
Yeah.
Live show,
this is kind of
folks.
neat. I think I saw this in
Yeah,
even in university. We did this demo.
It has been done before. It's true.
No, but it's bringing
Oh,
me
yeah.
back.
It's a good reminder that stuff is happening all around us. So yeah, you can see right here, like really
Gorgeous.
clearly, choop, 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 choop. And down here, the banding, I guess you'd say the varying intensity of the EMF. So I was totally fascinated by that, and I thought it was awesome, and I shared my fascination
Congratulations.
with the world. Thanks very much. I still have the award on my shelf, I think, somewhere. No, not really. And as we grow older, those fascinations don't die, do they?
No.
There is,
We're all children at heart.
yeah, and it's not just objects, not just hard things that are magnetic.
Yeah.
I have a hard, stone cold heart. That was
Okay.
the transition I was making.
Okay.
You guys didn't know that. But the elephant in the room, ferrofluid
Yeah.
is such a gee whiz, eye candy kind of thing that you've probably seen it before. I mean, it's like a genre on YouTube, basically.
Oh, yeah,
There's
I love that,
it's and once you play with it a little bit, you realize why, because it is completely fascinating alien material.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was invented in, what was the year? Is it 63? I wrote it down on my electronic pad.
1863.
1863, that would be cool. But no, it was 1963.
Really? That's pretty late. You'd think that people would have.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was kind of odd too.
Yeah.
This is Steve Papel, and he made it for NASA. Can you guess why he invented it for
No,
NASA?
I have no idea.
It was so they could. It was a fuel that could be drawn into the engines without gravity, without gravity. I guess basically.
Okay, yeah. So they
I was thinking
pull it
about that
in.
now. I'm like, wait, how's gravity normally drawing fuel into? But I guess. Yeah.
Maybe they just
A
need
fuel
it.
line.
Maybe they just needed to like pull it through.
They need to be able to manipulate it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I found that pretty interesting. That it was
And this
so
is the
late.
fellow.
Yes, that's Steve.
And
right
he's got
there.
like a magnet. He's having a good time there.
This is a pretty cool looking magnet. So yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. So, but still, I'm like, is that it? It's the only way we use it. No, another usage is making a seal around the shaft of a motor.
Right, because it will stay in place.
Yeah, here's a diagram on it. 'Cause, yeah, it'll stay in place. It resists, I guess, like up to like 3 or 4 psi on like a normal seal they use, and it'll stay in place. And it's basically, it's like frictionless around the shaft, more or less. And
I mean, is this actually used or is this a concept?
no, it's really used.
Okay.
It's used in some hard drive motors too.
Yeah, I
think.
remember hearing once it was used in hard drives.
So
Huh.
I'm like, oh, still not a huge amount of applications. But there's a bunch of experimental applications that are around as well. It's also used as like a coolant inside of high-end speaker coils, and it's a bunch of stuff. So I figured I should be able to DIY some of this.
Yeah, what is this made out of?
Well,
What did the fellow who made it, the Pepperell, what did he
I think he was combining it with fuel oil.
Oh, right.
So yeah, he was actually, I don't know how that worked out. I'm like, it's okay to burn this fuel with
Particles?
with,
Maybe the particles would be
magnetic.
drawn off right beforehand?
I suppose so. It must have to have been. So I found various instructions on the web for making this using various different oils. They say you could use like vegetable oil and toner, laser toner. From a
Oh,
laser
like the
printer.
little powders that come off of,
Yep.
because they are, I guess they're magnetic.
Right. There's a certain kind that's the MICR toner, magnetic ink character recognition toner, which
It's
they
just-
use for checks. and
Yeah,
stuff
for
like
check, because you can read them.
Right, and
easily.
that's supposed to work even better.
Okay.
So I got some of it, and Phil, I give you. There is a video, I think, of me mixing this nasty.
Okay, so that's toner.
Beast cocktail.
That's the microtoner.
That's the MICR
And then
toner,
what
and
did
that
you
I
find?
just added in was vegetable oil.
Okay.
Okay, and so this is me mixing it really, really quickly, and it's disgusting. It doesn't smell or anything, just vegetable
it's
oil
just-
and that
it's
toner.
just gross. Okay.
You don't want to breathe in the powder that flies up from the toner, but it's really thick in the suggested mixtures, and it just mounds around. That's a magnet I have against the beaker there, and it just mounds around. It doesn't make any
It's
sparks.
blobby.
And
But it is functional.
yeah, it is magnetic. And it's not just clumping there. There actually is oil in that mass. It's not like it all
It
separated.
does dissolve into the oil.
It's suspended.
suspended,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's no surfactant. There's just the suspension and the iron in there, or the magnetic material. But even when I thinned it out, it still just made mounds. Like it didn't make
Why do you think that is?
the spikiness. I think it needs a third ingredient, which would be a surfactant,
Like soap or something?
such as I guess you can use oleic acid, or I think citric acid in some cases, and you can use that. There's also, you can make it with kerosene. You could actually make
always used to
ferrofluid
smell-
with
yeah,
kerosene
it
and
smells
then
like gas.
heat it over like my open flame on my stove. Anyway, I started to do that a little bit, and I was smelling it. The cat's sitting there looking at me like,
Like, are we dying?
And I'm like, and I'm about to put it over the open flame on the stove. I'm like, kerosene? No. So luckily,
I'm glad you're still here.
it is affordable. You can find some online. It's like I think it's like under $20 for 2 ounces.
Do you think it is possible to make it, or is it just like it's just a
It is
total
possible
pain?
to make it. You can go like a more base route with the chemistry too. I don't remember the names of the ingredients, excuse me, but there are other ways to make it. I was going for like a quick and dirty, like, hey,
Okay.
let's do it up. And if you can deal with the kerosene and you have environment that's friendly to that sort of
But if
thing.
you're a chemist and you have
Yeah.
like a hot plate,
Yeah. In fact,
slowly boil it off.
yeah, you can boil it off and then it won't smell anymore.
Okay.
And that does work well. Actually, a long time ago, I used a kerosene-based Ferrofluid.
Oh, so you have like a
that-
long history of.
Years back, many moons ago, my old studio mate, he made some, and we had a lot of fun with doing cymatics and Ferrofluid stuff.
And did it have and that ended up being like the spiky type?
It did work, and it did the spiky things, that's the technical term, spiky things that
Yes.
we are also familiar with, such as this spiky souffle here.
I bet that would look really cool, like if it was like moving and like animated and like there was like music or something.
It's licorice jello, of course it would. You know, we should. You know, it'd be cool if just there was no talking. It was just music. If we just
Yeah.
let the
Just
aesthetics
let it wash
flow.
over us in a black wave.
I brought a clip.
Awesome.
Phil, can we play that clip I brought?
Wow.
Yeah, that was a montage. The whole time, it probably was like 72 hours straight of me playing with
You didn't
Ferrofluid.
use it in slave, you just sat there like messing with magnets?
Yeah, pretty much. And then you're like, oh, I gotta eat, and my eyes are bleeding. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot you can do with it. You couldn't tell, but when like the part where I messed up and I spilled. I mean, you could tell I messed up. The magnet took off across the table to get the support, to attract to the support under the
Oh, you really have to be
workbench.
careful with these.
You really do it. It shot
These
right
magnets
across.
are like this big.
I guess it was tipped off. Yeah, it was tipped off. It heard through the grapevine that there was a big piece of metal over there. It started to become attracted to the fluid in the dish, and it was sort of like pulling a little bit, and then it's like, oh, hi, wait a minute, there's a metal supporter under the table right over there.
Oh, because
So
your table has
yeah.
it. Okay.
This is how I translate electromagnetism. Is like, hey, I heard this. There's a thing going on over there.
It is spooky.
Yeah, spooky is
At a
the
distance,
term.
yeah, at a distance. So you were using a neodymium magnets.
Mm-hmm.
So the magnet you had
Rare
before was
earth.
just like a ferrous magnet. And
Yeah, the first one I had here.
But you need to have really strong magnets for ferrofluid.
You can get some response out of like ceramic magnets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you want clear spikies, you should go for the rare earth, the neodymium.
Okay.
Neodymium.
You can also get those out of hard drives and stuff, and sometimes
True.
speakers.
Yeah, you could salvage them.
Could you
Places
hook up
and
like a
things.
speaker and like the magnetic field of a speaker as it's generating the coin? Would that cause it to like
I
dance?
think it has to be a really strong speaker.
So it's like there's just not enough magnetic.
Yeah,
field.
I wrapped like a large.
Teslas.
I didn't use many speakers, but small ones didn't have an effect. But I wrapped. Yeah, I wrapped a bolt in like 300 turns of magnet wire.
To make an electromagnet.
Yeah, to make an
Yeah.
electromagnet, and I ran like 30 volts through it.
Yeah.
It was 2.5 amps or something,
Oh my God.
and it just started to spike, and my power supply was like,
Dying.
go off, go
Yeah,
away,
yeah.
and so
Like,
actually,
you need, like, watts.
yeah, I still have a blister on my finger from that one.
Because it got hot, or?
Yeah, actually, it really improves touch typing on my phone.
Okay.
Anyway,
There's
I
people who
digress.
put they put magnets under their
Right.
fingers.
Yeah,
That would be a cool mod for this.
That a lot of the body mod stuff, I'm kind of like, oh, geez, but that one, I was always like, seems practical.
That'd be
I can
cool.
understand it.
Okay.
So the fun's not all pre-recorded. We have some stuff.
Wow.
Here.
You brought some ferrofluid with you?
I did. I made it through security, and this is these
some
are little
magnets.
neodymiums, right?
We stock these,
And-
so we just grab them.
We do, yeah. So we're available at
Handy.
your Adafruit store.
You had a gigantic magnet, but these little ones might work if you have just a little bit of thin fluid.
I think they definitely will. There are other ones available here.
Okay.
Now, before we begin, I just I'm wearing a tie here, so let me just. I had to wear the white shirt, so
You brought like a smock.
if you don't mind. Yep.
Safety and cleanliness first.
Can you clip me?
Oh yeah.
Clip me.
Really.
It's all you can eat crawfish night. At Adafruit.
It's all you can
You do
eat.
have a very nice tie. I mean, like it would be a shame.
This could work too.
Okay. That just looks cool.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna kind of poncho it up here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Anyway. I could do this like
it
daily.
is pseudo-random.
So I'm gonna grab my Bristol board again.
We got this dish too.
Where's this dish?
Yeah. Okay.
Petri dish. What's that? Oh right. Yeah. Sorry, world. So we'll grab this fluid. This is
And this is pre-purchased fluid.
yes, pre-purchased fluid.
There's a warning on the side. Don't drink.
It says warning: wear a giant bib whenever you touch this fluid.
It stains like crazy, huh?
Yeah, it stains like crazy. Use a crinkly bib, or else you're asking for it.
And don't pour it. You use a
I use a little
little eyedropper.
dirty dropper. Yep.
Okay. Smart.
Yep. After you screw up a few shirts, tabletop, sink,
Cat.
cat. The cat's already all black, luckily.
Dirty Dropper was my hacker handle.
I could have guessed that maybe. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if this will be entertaining or not. We will have to find
So
out.
it looks a little bit like ferric chloride. And the stuff that you
Yeah,
touch
it
PCBs
absolutely
with.
does. Yeah,
And stains it just as bad.
has that rust. Oh, here we go. Two. It's finding them right off the bat. I'm not dropping it directly on
Yeah.
magnets. How many did I put down? Oh, I think I'm on the outside edge. So let's see.
Wow, that's cool. They're like bubbling up a little bit.
Yeah, there's the other one. Yeah, I'm like way off center. So let's just fill this up and then bring them over.
Wow, neat.
So yeah, you can see them if I drop down a little bit. Yeah. Don't get any ground on you.
Yeah. Interesting. The farther you are from the magnet, like the more.
So do you know? Can you? I was thinking about that for a while. Do you know why it happens?
I guess the field, the field lines just get larger.
That's
they're more
exactly because basically if you drew as they spread out as they go away, as the lines, they're not totally parallel. They start to arch out.
I'm gonna have a fun time here. Hold on.
There's one.
Let's. I don't have a bib, but I'm willing to risk it.
I'd lend you mine.
No, it's cool.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's kind of nice.
And then just put this back. Okay.
Sure.
All right. That was fun.
Come on, I kind of want to connect the dots. You don't want to?
Well, how would you connect the dots?
I mean, just fill it in with more so that.
So you can just play with this for hours.
Of course. Isn't that what everybody does?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then do you want to try other magnets, or this magnet's here?
My bang piece. This is my thing. This setup.
Okay.
Absolutely. We could try other things. So yeah, so you can even see if you have them, if you have like opposite poles close together, you can see the repulsion too. It makes like a ballooning.
Yeah, that pyramid is dented.
Yep, see that around there.
That's cool.
So,
Okay.
what else we got?
Good. Good thing you put down that piece of paper.
Good thing I put down that piece of paper. And yeah, I'm sure you could. There's plenty of examples of people who have mounted these on motors or actually just use electromagnets and got these like hedgehog profile on the top here.
Neat.
Showing up.
Okay.
Okay, who else we got?
You want what about this magnet? Can I try this one? Or is it too weak?
No, it'll work.
Okay,
It's
fine.
covered in iron, but
It's a good time.
covered in iron. I'm always a good time. So
Not so horrifying.
I did. Okay, well, keep this away.
Oh.
I'll put it underneath the.
Oh, you put it underneath.
Yeah, because it'll pull the fluid right out of the tray,
Okay.
and then you just have a magnet covered in
Okay.
ferrofluid. Okay, so you got it there.
Yeah, I got it. Should I hold
So
it
you
like
put
this?
it down.
Oh,
and then,
hold it down like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll get stuck to the dish pretty easily. So,
Okay.
well, let's look at it.
Because I don't think it's kind of a weak magnet.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you see like a lump, but it doesn't.
Whoa, hardly. Wow, I hadn't used
It's
this one.
very
If
weak,
you put
yeah.
it directly against it, you get
Barely.
just the beginning of a couple spikes.
Barely.
Huh.
So yeah, you really do need to neodymium it up.
Yeah. See this guy?
Okay. And did you bring one of your gigantic ass
I did.
magnets?
It is in this gigantic ass.
Is that the large flat magnet I gave you?
Yes, this
Okay.
is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
That's
actually
the magnet that came with my fluid.
bigger than I realized.
Yeah.
Let me just shift the magnet. Here we go.
I know we're having too much fun here.
So that was the big neodymium magnet I just put down on
Okay.
the
Do
table.
you still have all your fingers?
Yeah, I do. I'm just checking. That's the pause here.
That magnet is gigantic.
And yeah, it's over here. I'm not bringing it onto the camera yet because I'm a little afraid that it's gonna pull the ferrofluid off of the
This is getting dangerous.
dish. Yeah, it is. It is. This is all the pausing and silence you're hearing. Is we're both going like,
Do you want to move that smaller magnet away?
Yeah.
Let me get
Oh
this,
yeah.
Let me get this out of here.
And all this is gonna do is make the same thing, but much larger. Wow. It doesn't want to leave this spot.
Yeah, that's a huge magnet.
I was talking to Phil before. I said, do you remember that image that was going around for a while of a guy's fingernail caught between two neodymium magnets? And I was like,
Wow, that's
it's
beautiful.
a great warning sign to let people know, yes, this stuff is dangerous. Yeah, that's really intricate. I don't know if you could totally make that out. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you can.
Can you take what you did with the dropper and like brush it? Because that look always really neat.
Sure.
I don't know where that went.
It's so strong that they're like self-filing. I mean,
Self-filing?
yeah,
they're
they're like getting in
joining.
line. They're just like, hey, like, this is a intergalactic protest or something. Like, look at this.
Yeah, it's what the strangest thing is when I spin the magnet. I mean, they don't stay aligned to the magnet; they'll flow with the dish, and I guess the fields aren't exactly like surface tied to the surface. I don't know how else to explain that. And of course, like you said before,
Yeah.
if I lift it, they get larger as it's moving through
Yeah.
the outer ends of the field lines.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's a hobby.
Okay.
That's a thing to do.
We're totally covered.
I do. Yeah, I'm covered in it. I did somehow get it on my pants. It's all over my hands, and I look like I've been working on a car. So
It's
no
worth it.
matter what you do, it will win. That's
Okay.
basically what my takeaway
Yeah.
from Ferrofluid.
Ty, look, it's still in.
Yeah. Before the show, there was an issue that happened. I fell in.
Right, you look good though.
Yeah.
Now
And
you really
then,
do.
And
Right.
then I died. Yeah. Luckily, I had my friends here, and
It's true.
so you got to watch out with Ferrofluid.
Right.
I'm surprised Dana can be near
there-
the ferrofluid monster.
There was one casualty, right?
Yeah. Well, this is when Tashiar died for the first time. Yeah.
You didn't have to be
Tragic.
specific. Now it's all coming back to me.
Look, someone has to die in these episodes.
But she'll come back with Romulan haircut. And
Well, you
we'll
can
be
always
okay.
have like a flashback to 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
I always could.
We
Oh,
missed
you
it.
mean
We missed it.
I'm like wow? At any point, I could have a flashback to.
No.
10
I
right.
mean, we did for till
You mean on the
10 or 12.
episode?
Flashback right now.
Right. That's true. So
What did we learn?
the verdict is up to you. It's a good question. What did we learn? We did learn. No, practical applications. Why it was invented. So
really
like
cool.
how it could be used. Looks really cool. We learned that about 1,700 times. But
It's tough to make.
sometimes you could just enjoy science, enjoy substance, enjoy reality.
Yeah.
It can be tough to make depending on your circumstances.
Wear your painting pants.
It's not as expensive as people make it out to be, so you can just buy some pre-made. Wear pants that you don't want stained, and be careful with neodymium magnets, people. It's a big deal. They could hurt you.
Yeah.
They
Keep
could
your
mess
fingers-
up your video shoot.
2 of those magnets, if they slammed on your hand, you would
Oh,
be in a lot
yeah,
of pain.
that was what I was saying before. Like, take a fingernail, take part of your finger right off.
Don't let this happen to you.
Don't let this happen to you.
It could. I had 2 of them, and I kept them in separate rooms. I had ones that are bigger than the one you see
Oh, I love
here.
it. It's cool. And it's like jelly-like too. I feel like it's
It
kinda
is.
neat.
It actually is dense. If you put your finger in there, it's pretty hard to press.
Cool.
Press through. I'm
Oh,
not.
can you push it up
good
a
at it.
little bit?
Here?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Just center it. Yeah.
I mean, you won't be able to tell from me touching it, so I'm not going to stain my figure. I'm not going to stain my figure or my finger unnecessarily, but it's like a stale Jello consistency right now.
Neat. Okay. Yeah. You can move the plate around, but it doesn't move.
Yep. Wow.
Well, oh yeah, Phil, can you go back to the overhead? That's the coolest. I love this super
Here.
spiky.
So up in the outer field, wide separation between the lines, the field electromagnetic field lines, and then as we get closer, they all come together at the source.
Neat.
It's the truth. Believe
Okay.
it. So we have evidence that invisible things that are amazing exist. And thanks for proving it with
All right.
us.
That was an awesome pseudorandom.
It was.
That's
Came out of nowhere.
Love it. Magnets.
All right.
Thanks, Lamar.
And that was Pseudorandom.